The Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game has over 10,000 unique cards for players to collect, trade, and construct their own personal decks. But what would happen if players only had access to the bare minimum? In this series, both the TheRJB0 and myself will each open a very select amount of sealed product. Once we open that product, we must build a deck using only those specific cards pulled, that's it. And at the end of each episode, we discard the entirety of our pulls to the graveyard and start from scratch with a new product. Every card counts. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Showdown. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMOOOOO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content. Boy, last episode sure was something. This episode is going to be a completely different beast. You all may remember the Aster Phoenix episode. We may have a similar problem in this episode. I don't know if it's to the same extent, but oh boy, am I not looking forward to this. So, Return to the Duelist. You wouldn't think from a core set like this that there would exist a Aster Phoenix type problem, for those of you who know exactly what I'm referring to. But let's start opening some packs, and once we get to the problem card, we will discuss it as such. Flip up the first pack, and starting off strong with a Spellbook of Secrets, although I don't think spellbooks are exactly on the table, but I mean, if there's any hope of us playing them, that's probably one of the best cards we could have pulled. There's some, like, okay stuff in here as well. I mean, like, Double Lance is a 1700, Sword Shield is a 2K Defender. I mean, there's some, like, okay stuff, but all of it sort of pales in comparison to the larger issue in this set.
Thank goodness we are back on the mainline sets. Maybe I can have a real game, perhaps? I'm looking forward to this one. Return to the Duelist is one of the most nostalgic sets for me. This is when I really started playing actively competitively. There are a lot of cards I remember from the first YCS Seattle, and I'm excited to play this one. Let's see what we can get. Starting off with a Noble Knight Gawain, honestly not terrible. He's a 1900 dude as far as super rares go, not a terrible one. Compulsory Escape Device is also a pretty solid card. It's not like chain beat level good for this card, but in sealed, it's at least a guy. Oh, Heroic Challenger Spartan is also potentially a good card. He's only 1600, but he's got an attack modifying ability that makes him pretty good when you have another guy on the board. And we do have another guy to work with. Heroic Challenger Sword Shield is a 2K Defender.
All right, well, that isn't the card in question, but it is the archetype in question, and that is Madolche. Return of the Duelist is the set that Madolche first debuted, and there's a particular card in this set that is going to make dealing with Madolche quite frustrating.
Oh, Alex. Oh, Alex. Oh, sucks to suck. Sounds like a skill issue. That's all I've got to say. Madolche Chateau is also crucial. We do need to get a lot of Madolche cards in this set because they are unfortunately the way this set works. Anybody who's seen Progression Playoffs knows the horrors that this particular card causes. A Heroic Challenger Warhammer is also kind of a sick card. It's a 2100. If it destroys a monster, it basically gains its attack permanently. That's pretty ridiculous.
Damn, we're just getting all the Spellbook cards. There's Spellbook Library of the Crescent. I will be shocked if I have enough Spellbook cards to even activate this by the time that this opening is over, but we'll see. We've got some other okay stuff. Trance, like, isn't that bad just because he's like a 2601 tribute. He doesn't have an effect, but, like, sometimes in sealed, you just want a big dude. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there it is, Madolche Chateau. So the reason why this field spell is particularly troublesome is not only does it buff all the Madolches by 500 attack and defense, but if a Madolche would be shuffled back into the deck per its effect, which just basically means it's destroyed, and let's be honest, we are only destroying things in a sealed series for the most part, instead of it getting shuffled back into the deck, it actually gets added back to the hand, meaning all of the Madolche monsters, as long as we have Chateau active, are basically invincible, and so this is going to be a problem.
A Sis Hunder, excellent. That is our second Hunder card. We probably don't hope to get those. I also forgot that the Geargias are in this set. There are a lot of good ones in that lineup. If we were to get like an armor and like a couple arsenals and a Gear Gigant Cross, I would be very happy. Oh, actually, Noble Arms of Gallatin is pretty sick. It's just Axe of Despair for a warrior monster, and we've got some pretty good warrior monsters to work with. Heroic Retribution Sword, also kind of a sick card. Turns your heroic monsters into DD Warrior Lady, which is probably pretty good. There's a Geargia Arsenal. Okay, we are working our way toward the Geargia package. There's a second Warhammer too, great, and an Impenetrable attack. We're doing pretty well on our common luck so far, except the Medulces. A little concerned about that.
For those of you probably wondering, there is no spell and trap removal in this entire set. There's only one way to work around the fact that Chateau is in here, and that is the fact that the old field spell rule is still in effect and has not changed, where both Robert and I can only control one field spell. So, if he has Chateau, I can play my Chateau to crack his, and now he has to worry about mine. But there's also one other way that's very funny that we can deal with it as well. We haven't pulled it yet. There's an ultimate rare number 33 Chronomally Machu Mech, but if we do pull the card, I will definitely let you know. But I'm happy to see more Medulce cards now that we pulled a single copy of Chateau.
And there's a Medulce, ask and you shall receive. Fairy King Alverditch is also a genuinely good Xyz monster. Most of what we're going to be working with in this set is Earth, and so this card is worth running. It's a pretty big guy that makes all your opponent's monsters dinky. And we're already full up on impenetrable attacks, and we're only about a third of the way through. Okay, I'm happy to see all of these cards. Heroic Challenger Double Lance. Is this the card that gives your heroic monster a double attack? No, it just gives you an extra dude. He's basically Battery Man AA, and I'll take that. Also, Spellbook of Power is sick. Would love to see 3 copies of that.
Second copy of Chateau. You know what? I mean, if we have to play the Degenerate strat, I'm happy I have almost a full playset of what that entails. There's a Soul of Silver Mountain, actually quite a few hollows for only being a third of the way through, but more importantly, we've got some more Medulces, Mufui and Butlerus. Just keep them coming.
There's a Medulce Chevalier. Okay. I don't know what this card does, but it's a pretty decent one. There's a Medulce Butlerus. We do want to be seeing Medulces to go with some Medulce Chateaus that we also want to see. Spirit Converter is our secret rare. Hey, let's see what it does. See if this is any good and sealed. Once per turn, you can target an Xyz monster you control. Attach one face-up level 4 light monster you control to that target as Xyz material. Okay, I don't think we have any of those to work with besides the Hunders. This card is sent from the field to the graveyard. Target 2 level 4 light thunder type monsters with the same name in your graveyard. Add those targets to your hand. Okay, if we get a large number of Hunders and we get a second copy of this card, I will run it. I will run this card if we get a second copy and a bunch of Hunters. There's another Chateau. That's great. We do want to see 3 of that.
Now, you might be thinking, like, what are some of the other strategies to deal with the Medulce Chateau? Because it is quite problematic. Well, Medulce Waltz basically makes it so that burn is a strategy this episode. Each time a Medulce monster you control attacks or is attacked, after damage calc, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. So, theoretically, as long as we just always have board presence, we're always just going to be able to summon the same monster over and over again. And then, regardless of whether it attacks or it gets attacked, Waltz is going to take 300 off of Robert's life points, meaning eventually if he will die, there's just no way you can really work around this.
Gagaga Revenge. I actually think this card is good with the Gagaga monsters. I don't know how many of those we have. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like pre-mat for Gagagas, but probably not good enough. Revival Golem is actually pretty okay because of the existence of Catapult Zone. Catapult Zone prevents your monsters from being destroyed by sending a rock from your deck to the grave. If Revival Golem is sent from the deck to the grave, it summons itself from the graveyard, so that's pretty good. Also, Trance the Magic Swordsman is just a good tribute summon.
Man, what are with these hollows? There's a Hierophant of Prophecy as well. I mean, again, I don't think we can actually play this, but it's just crazy where our luck is like this. I'm more excited, no joke, about Catapult Zone. And the reason I'm excited about this is because this is another field spell that we can play to crack Chateau, and meaning that we actually have removal for the card because it's going to be that problematic. And another super rare, Blue Dragon Ninja. Fairy King Alverditch is also not, like, terrible either, just because, like, it's a rank 4 we could possibly make. The Medulces are Earths, I believe, so, I mean, there is that.
Advanced Dark is our second secret rare. Let's just move on. There's a second Magiline. Okay. All right. That's a really, really good card under these circumstances. Oh, that's interesting. I am very happy to see a second Magiline.
Oh my god, that might be one of the best pulls in the whole set. Madolche Pudding Cess. The reason why this card is so good is because it actually has the ability to pop our opponent's cards, and this is a ultra rare, I think. We pulled the ulti, though, and so this may be one of the best pulls because we want to be playing Madolche anyway, and I think Revival Golem also isn't terrible because we're specifically playing... Oh, no, I don't think... Does Catapult Zone send from deck to grave? I have to double check, but if there's synergy with that and Revival Golem, that would just be hilarious.
Chronomaly, Crystal, Chrononaut. Tell me this has at least a halfway decent effect. It's all right. Got a lot of Chronomaly Crystal Skulls, too. Please tell me we're not going to try and rep Chronomaly. A Spellbook of Wisdom. Interesting. So the thing that I'm noticing, a lot of the Madolches are spellcasters themselves, which makes our Spellbook cards pretty solid.
Another Hierophant. What the fuck is going on? And another super rare Void Trap Hole. I mean, it's crazy. I just keep getting all these hollows. That rounds out the playset of Chateau, so I'm happy to see that. And there's a rare Madolche Chevalier. So, I mean, like, this is one of the higher statted Madolches. I would have liked a playset of this, but we only have, like, 7 packs left. It's not impossible, but, I mean, one of this is fine.
A third secret. What does this card do? 2 level 6 monsters. I think I can make that happen. This card is Xyz summoned. You can target one number monster in your graveyard. Okay, that's going to be an issue. Equip that target to this card. This card gains attack equal to half the attack of the equipped monster. Once per turn, you can detach an Xyz material from this card. Send the monster equipped by this effect to the graveyard. Have your opponent's life points. I wonder, do we have a number among the things that we've pulled? Is our heroic champion a number?
Well, ask and you shall receive. Back to back. I can't really complain. Another Blue Dragon Ninja. That's like got to be our like 9th or 10th hollow at this point. This is getting absurd.
Last pack. Another Fairy King. I'll take it. Also our 3rd Gallatin. Actually, it's probably our 1,000,000th Gallatin. And a Madolche Bapple. Okay, these are not incredible pulls. I mean, they are in a manner of speaking, but they are pretty good pulls, and I think that's worth looking into. We've got the double Magiline to work with, and we've got a pretty decent lineup of Madolches. I'm excited to take this to battle against Alex. Let's see what we can do.
So only a few packs left of Return of the Duelist. I think ideally I would like another copy of Chevalier just because then that gives me a full playset. Pudding Cess would also be good, but I'm not going to be that greedy considering how my hollow luck has been this set. And anything else I think we've already got, so I don't think it can really get much better than this. This pack's like fine. I think we have most of this except for the rare probably. Second to last pack. Another super rare, Gaga Revenge. I don't think we can actually play that though. I think that's pretty unplayable. Last pack. What do we get? Absolutely nothing from the look of it. I don't think there's anything too crazy there, but our deck is going to be pretty crazy for this episode, so let's get to building.
Now this is a deck. This week could be extremely grueling if we get into the Madolche Wars, but I have a few plans for getting out of the Madolche Wars. I pulled double Magiline, which is the best consistency tool I think we've ever had in Sealed. This card can create a loop with itself, or if we have Chateau in play, it can basically get our entire Madolche lineup out of the deck, which is great because Butlerusk searches us field spells, including Madolche Chateau of our own, or Catapult Zone if we don't want the field to be Chateau. Catapult Zone is great because it protects our guys, which is good for keeping our guys on the board long enough for my real sweet tech here, which is Heroic Challenger Warhammer. I wanted to find a card that could out Madolches on board and keep them from getting sent back to the hand by Chateau, and this is going to be the card to do it. I looked up the rules for Go-Yo Guardian, and this card works in a similar way. Warhammer, when it destroys a monster by battle, equips it from the graveyard to itself. The way that this works, the Madolches trigger mandatorily in the graveyard, and Warhammer triggers optionally, which means that if we attack into one of Alex's monsters, his Madolche monster goes to the graveyard, it triggers as Chain Link 1, and then Warhammer triggers as Chain Link 2, stealing the Madolche to the back row before it gets to shuffle away or go back to the hand. This is our secret out to Chateau, and I think it could take us across the finish line, as long as Alex doesn't already figure it out himself. In the side deck, I also have Turnabout. This is a card I almost didn't play. I got to like the very end of my deck build process, and then I realized this card is actually cracked in this format under one circumstance, and that circumstance is that both Alex and I are on Strength of Prophecy. I noticed at the very end of my deck build process that Strength of Prophecy increases the level of the monster it targets by 1, which means that as soon as a Strength of Prophecy is live, so is Turnabout, which is basically Book of Eclipse. If I think that Alex is going to be on a Strength of Prophecy plan himself, then I basically have 6 monsters in both of our decks that can trigger Turnabout and give us access to Book of Eclipse, which I think is incredible. And of course, finally, we have Heroic Champion Excalibur, which could just win games, especially in combination with Heroic Chance and Noble Arms Gallatin. If you play this in the correct order, this Heroic Champion can go to 10,000 attack and end the game instantly. This deck looks like so much fun to play. I'm excited to see what Alex has to play with. Hopefully this one doesn't take as long as it could with the Medolce Wars on the horizon.
This is either one of the coolest decks I've ever built for sealed or like a war crime on humanity. I don't know how this one's going to go, but I'm kind of excited at the same time because this could be very interesting the way that it plays out. So fortunately, we pulled 3 copies of Chateau. I'm really hoping with Robert's luck he pulled like 1 and then like can't play this deck because that would make this infinitely funnier. But we're going with Medolce. As I mentioned before, Chateau allowing you to get all your Medolces back to your hand is absurd, but it also boosts all of their attack. It makes something like Butler Rusk a 2000 normal summon. It makes Bapple a 2300 defender. It makes Chevalier a 2200 attacker. It makes Pudding Cess 18, possibly 26 if you have no other monsters in the graveyard. Mufui's just there, like that doesn't matter. But the point being is that Chateau is the heart and soul of this deck, so we want to have this active at all times. And Butler Rusk can search it, assuming we have another Medolce on the field. Typically, it's going to be Bapple. I hate it has to be normal summon, otherwise Mufui could just go into it. But in any case, that's where we're at. So that's the whole Medolce package, but we have to supplement that with some other cards. So we're playing Medolce Waltz because this is another win condition because we can just continuously burn Robert infinitely, and Medolce Lesson is particularly strong because it makes it so we can get more monsters out of our graveyard in case we get some of the non-Medolces in there, but it also gives Medolce monsters an attack boost to win in combat as well, which is kind of sick. So that's it for the Medolce stuff. Then we have the spellbook stuff, as a matter of fact. So Amores of Prophecy is just a 2k defender that allows us to special summon, but I don't think we're going to be doing that too often. Charioteer is 1800, which is actually quite good and allows us to actually get spellcasters back from our graveyard if we pitch spellbook spells. In order to do that, we have Strength of Prophecy, which is deceptively good because once per turn, you can shuffle a spellbook spell from your graveyard into the deck, target a face-up spellcaster on the field, its levels increase by 1, and its attack by 500. That's a permanent gain. That doesn't say till the end of the turn. So you can turn Strength. You doesn't say you can't target herself. You can use Strength up to 2k. You can turn Charioteer up to 23, and not only that, you get to recycle some of your spellbooks as well, which are some of like the strong cards that allow you to win in combat, even though it is at spell speed 1. That's perfectly fine. So I actually think these complement the deck rather nicely, and not to mention, Butler Rusk is also a spellcaster, which means it gets the benefits from Spellbook of Power, putting it up to 2500, 3000 if you have Chateau active as well. And if Butler Rusk gets in, you can just add another copy of Power to your hand, because it doesn't say you can't add power with power. So if you get in one hit, you can just constantly get more. This can get out of hand very quickly. So I really like the way my deck looks. I threw in the Revival Golem because Catapult Zone has an effect that once per turn, if a monster you control will be destroyed by battle, you can send a rock type monster from your deck to the graveyard instead. So if we dump this, we actually get to either add this to our hand or special summon it. And he's also a 2100 defender. So we get this like random incidental synergy for a card we'd probably play anyway, just because he's a huge defender. So I just think that's really funny that this could come up. It's also a way to out Robert Chateau if he ends up playing it. And then we have our triple power, but we also have a secrets to just make it so that we get to power all the quicker. And then for the trap cards, we have triple impenetrable attack. This card's not the best. It's basically like, it's not like a negate attack. It makes it so that a monster can't be destroyed by battle or card effects during the battle phase, which for all intents and purposes is probably good enough to consider it a negate attack as long as you have a monster, but it also has an effect where you take no battle damage during this battle phase. So like, you just need filler like this in sealed. The rest of these you already saw. And then I'm also on one copy of Soul Drain. So you might think this is counterintuitive to my strategy because I want all the Medolces to continuously cycle. But if I'm in a situation where I'm really far ahead and I'm actually going to be winning, if I flip Soul Drain when I have like Charioteer and like all the big dudes out, this will ensure that Robert can't do the Chateau shenanigans because he's not going to get the monsters back. And so I like this as sort of another counter to the Chateau plan, but we'll see how it goes. The extra deck's quite loaded, although I'm not sure if we're going to be summoning anything in here. The Medolces are all Earth, so technically we could summon Fairy King or Soul of Silver Mountain, but like that's if the situation arises, and I don't think it's too likely to be the case. The rest of these, I don't think we can actually physically summon. It's just more for mind games. The side deck, I have like this whole entire package of like heroic cards in case I'm completely off with my main strategy. I don't think these are very good. Like Retribution Sword's kind of neat because it makes it so that Robert doesn't want to attack, especially if we equip it to like Sword Shield. So that's kind of funny, but I don't really think these are very good. This is if I just think I need more muscle for one reason or another. I have these. Chronomaly Colossal Head is like a weird sort of like way to remove something, so I kind of don't mind having this. We have 2 Compulsory Escape Device. This is a way I feel like I can possibly win the game if I'm ahead, or if I'm behind, get rid of an annoying threat, because it does come at a 2-for-1, but it shuffles the cards back into the deck. So if Robert has like a big monster that I can't clear, I can normal summon like Mewfooey, right? And that's actually kind of cool because I get to special summon anyway. Activate Escape Device, bounce them back, and then I have a monster on the field, and then I have tempo again at the cost of a card. I think that's actually okay. I think this probably could go in the main deck somewhere, but I just don't know where it would go. And then I have the Void Trap Hole. I don't think we're going to be special summoning all that much this episode, like, and even so, it has to be something with 2,000 or more attack. If Robert dips into the extra deck, it's possible. I'll see what he's playing first. If he does have something big that he specials, I'll bring this in, but for the meantime, like, looking at the way my deck's going to function, I don't think it's very likely to happen, but we'll have to see. So this may be a very long episode, ladies and gentlemen, so buckle up. I can't wait to see how it's going to go. So let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Well, Robert, you and I had so much fun last episode. We get to have a repeat performance. We don't throw around Aster Phoenix very often in this series, but when you do, it sparks memories of horror for the both of us and for the members at home that decide to watch this show every week. Oh boy, I don't know if I'm ready for this one, buddy.
Yeah, this one has the potential to go long. Let's just get into it.
Yeah, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to try to save you as much time as possible. Shout out to patron Aiden DiCapria. Thank you for the support. I'm going to try a different die this time.
Hey!
God! I need to try a whole different set of dice altogether.
I'll go first.
Fine. I don't even know. This could be very bad. This could be very bad with you going first. All right. Pray.
Draw for turn. This is...
Yep.
I mean, it's a hand. I'll give it that. The hell do I do with this hand?
I'm looking at my hand and thinking the same thing.
I guess we get this party started, so to speak.
Fuck. Yeah.
Here's Butler-esque.
I'll Butler-esque you. Yeah, okay. Fine. So this guy's 2,000 attack? Jeez, sucks for you because I can out it.
No!
Activate catapult zone. Fuck your chateau. Get that out of here.
Oh,
all right.
You drew the out.
I am going to. Okay, I'm gonna blow your mind with what I'm about to do. Normal summon Strength of Prophecy.
Oh, you've got the combo too. All right.
Activate Spellbook of Secret. I will add Spellbook of Power to my hand.
No way.
Spellbook of Power targets Strength of Prophecy.
An FTK. What the
hell?
hell?
This is an FTK. I will activate Strength of Prophecy, shuffle back secrets into the deck, and give Strength of Prophecy a 500 attack level 1 permanent increase. So it is now 3,000 attack.
Big monster. I will take 1,500 and my Butler-esque will go back.
And I will activate Power and add another copy of Power to my hand because it doesn't stop itself from adding another copy.
All right. Well,
all right.
I've been owned.
Best of luck, buddy.
Draw for turn. Oh, good. Yep. The best draw in my deck.
Maybe this is going to be more exciting than we pictured.
What do I do?
I didn't think this combo was actually going to work, but this is insane.
I mean, when you open Spellbook of Secrets to get to it, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I opened with unplayable cards, it turns out.
Excellent. You opened Chateau. What are you talking about?
Chateau into you opening the one out to Chateau.
I just hear someone complaining. That's all I
am complaining. Set a monster and pass. There's nothing I
Okay, the only way this gets better is if I draw Charioteer after everything else. Okay, unfortunately I didn't. So this isn't going to be as bad for you as I would like it to be. So, man, I really just want to like keep capitalizing, but I don't really think I can. Here's what we're going to do. Okay, I think there are 2K defenders in this set, so I do need to be somewhat mindful of that. This is very funny, and I'm just going to do it because I think it's hilarious. I'm going to normal summon Amores of Prophecy.
Oh, we're just summoning every prophecy monster from our hand. Okay.
I will activate Strength, shuffle back the power, and buff this up to 11.
Okay.
Then I will power the Amores to 21 for the turn.
Big card. It is my own Strength of Prophecy.
Okay. So trigger the power. This is so insane, too, because I just literally loop the fucking powers. This is nuts. I'm actually going to get secrets.
I'm shocked you didn't last turn.
Well, reasons. 2K to the face.
2K to the dome. You have a rank. Oh, it's a level 4. Never mind.
It's a level. They're level 4 and level 5 respectively, so it doesn't work that way. We'll secrets. We'll just get power, and then unfortunately my strength is only once per turn, or that would be insane. I have another back row, and go ahead.
There is like one card in my deck that gets me out of this. God, I have to draw you now. Of course, of course. There are so many.
Seems like things are going well.
I'm not trying.
Things are going well for you. Things are going well for you. Okay. Main phase 1. So it's just the biggest problem is now I need to just start getting in for damage, but I'm not drawing monsters, but that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna do this again.
Okay.
We're gonna shuffle back secrets.
Who are we buffing?
Put this to 2.
Okay.
So this is now 1600.
Okay.
We're gonna power up the Amores again.
Okay.
So it's 26. We're going to hit with this.
It's a revival golem.
Okay, that's 2100 defense. If you had that last turn, that would have actually been a problem. Okay. We're going to get secrets. Hit you for 2000. Second main, I'm going to, I guess I'll just keep using
Oh, you
secrets.
guess,
Why
huh?
not? Yeah, I guess. Might as well keep going. It's so much fun, buddy. It's so much fun.
Right.
I'm going to set a third card and wish you the best of
Draw for turn. That was awful.
I fucking love this game.
Well, that went phenomenally. My deck played exactly as planned, let me tell you. Best hand I've ever drawn in my life. And I'm going to get the second best hand I've ever drawn in my life. That's actually not a terrible hand. I have seen worse hands before.
You'll have to tell me how bad your game 1 hand was, if that was like all you were able to do.
Unbelievably bad. All right, let's see you have the out 2 games in a row. Your go.
I'll draw. Yeah, about that. Okay, I have a plan.
All right, let's see.
We're just doing it again.
Okay.
We're doing it again.
We really are doing it again.
So power, we're going to activate her. We're going to shuffle this back, so she is now 3000.
Okay.
We'll attack.
It is Bapple.
Okay, I figured it was probably Bapple because Bapple has like the biggest defense, so I wanted to make sure I could clear it. So trigger power. I'm gonna get secrets. I'm just gonna skip a step here and secrets for power.
Makes sense.
Just so I was already in the deck. I'm just gonna set one and throw it back.
All right, draw for turn. Oh, you aren't ready for this, buddy.
Okay.
You aren't ready for my plan. Heroic Challenger Double Lance.
Okay.
And you ask yourself, my monster has 2000 attack. What will you do? I'll activate Noble Arms Gallatin.
Oh my god.
Putting him up to 2700.
Sure.
Actually, I shouldn't put tokens on it until it starts losing attack.
Yeah,
Let's go to battle. I'll swing in.
Okay, so I take 700 here. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Sure.
Your go.
So is this what happened last time? We had like a bunch of Gallatins and like no monster to equip them to?
Oh, I wish I had Gallatins in my hand last game.
Alrighty then. Alrighty. Okay, so he's going to lose 200 per standby phase.
True.
I need to be mindful of that. Set 1. And I'll pass.
Okay. Draw for turn. let's go for, and first he loses 200 attack, so he's only at 25 now. Normal summon Madolche Chevalier.
Okay.
Let's go to battle. I think we just swing in with double lance first.
Sure. It's a Mufui, so I will just activate to put it back in my deck if that's okay.
Okay. Actually, it will go to your hand.
No, because it's only yours.
In my graveyard.
Yes, in your
I
graveyard.
read the Madolche card.
No, this card is not reciprocal for that effect. No,
that's good. Not. I'm very glad it's not reciprocal for that effect. Let's attack in with Chevalier.
22.
All right. Your go.
Okay. We'll draw. I think the plan here is to set one and pass the turn.
Okay, draw for turn.
Yep.
We're down to 25. That's the best draw in my deck.
23.
Yes, 23. Which still gets over most things I would be concerned about here. Let's go for summon Heroic Challenger Spartan.
Sure.
Battle phase.
Okay.
Attack with double lance.
It does not get over everything, Robert, because it does not get over my Bapple.
Oh, God, you have a Bapple. That's a little bit of an issue. Uh-oh. Pass turn.
Excellent. I will draw. And for the fans at home, the reason why this works this way is because the 500 attack and defense gain from Chateau is reciprocal.
For whatever reason, half of Chateau is reciprocal.
Who knows? Who knows? Okay. All right. Well, I may as well play my own Chateau to crack yours.
Okay.
And this will shuffle all my Dolces on my grave. I don't have any, so that doesn't matter. Let's bring out a Chevalier of my own.
Pretty big. Okay.
Let's try to go for your Spartan. And on attack deck, I will activate my Dolce Waltz.
And on attack deck, I'll activate Heroic Challenger Spartan, buddy.
Target one face-up heroic except this. Oh, shit, the other thing's a fucking heroic. I forgot that's how this shit works. Fuck. All right, I just got, like, mega owned. I'm like, oh, yeah, this thing doesn't work. For some reason, I thought, like, double lance isn't a challenger. All right, I'm just, like, completely not paying attention then. All right, so you gain 1,700, right?
That is correct.
Okay, so you go up to 30. Oh, no, that's 17. You gain the...
I gain
original attack. It's original.
Oh, it's original attack? Okay.
Yeah, so it's 7. I was checking if it was 21 or 23, whatever it's at now. Okay, so no, it's just 17. So you're 33 to my 22. So you take 300 damage, first of all.
Oh, yes, I do take 300.
Then I take 11, and then Chevalier will go to my hand.
Excellent.
And I will pass, because I basically just... did absolutely nothing. Go ahead.
Okay, draw for turn.
Imagine reading cards. So this goes down another counter.
Oh, it does. I am so close. So close to winning this game right here and now. Oh, no, I do win this game right here and now.
Okay.
I am going to normal summon Noble Knight of Gawain.
Sure.
Pretty cool super rare, right?
Yeah, not bad.
What you need to worry about isn't the super rare that I pulled.
You
it's the ultra rare that I pulled.
You gotta
Heroic
be
Champion
fucking
Excalibur.
kidding me.
Let's go.
Fuck off. Oh my god. Well, game 1, I got to go off. Game 2, you got to go off. So hopefully game 3, I get to go off again. And this is the first time I've gotten to go first. So fucking Excalibur. Really, Robert?
Yep.
Really? Unbelievable. All right. I'll draw. Best of luck, buddy. I suppose I will start with good old secrets.
Yep, there it is.
This may not shock you. It's power. Then
it does not shock me.
I will go ahead and I guess I'll just set a pair and throw it to you.
Okay, I'll draw for turn. Let's normal summon ourselves a Chevalier.
There you go.
And I'll equip it with Noble Arms Gallatin.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Battle phase. Let's get in.
It is my Bapple, which I did not stand up to until you equipped it with the Gallatin. So it will go back to the deck.
Yes, it will.
Eventually. There we go. 27. He's big.
pretty beefy. I will set and pass.
I'll draw. All right, Robert. This is like a fucking anime moment and a half here. Strength of Prophecy.
That's a pretty good card, I won't lie.
I'll activate Strength of Prophecy. We'll shuffle back.
Yep.
Buffer up, and then we'll activate Power.
Yep.
We'll try for it.
Oh, you thought you were having the anime moment. I'll activate Turnabout.
I can't believe you're playing fucking Turnabout. I cannot believe you're playing this shit. Unbelievable. That's fine. Not really. That kind of sucks, actually. Go ahead. You're not on Turnabout, of all
Alex,
things.
You thought that Excalibur was the heroic that you had to worry about? I'll tribute summon Warhammer!
You're not on Warhammer!
Battle
what is your
days,
deck?
let's get in!
Okay, I guess you're going to take
prophecy
this.
is mine.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so this buffs you by, what is it, 1500? So it's the full attack?
It's the full attack.
It's 3,600! How do I beat that?
Main phase 2, I'm gonna set a back row and it's your turn.
Oh my god, I'll draw. This is unbelievable. What the fuck am I supposed to do against this thing? All right, this is turning out to be quite the episode. Okay, I've got Chateau.
Oh, you do you?
I do, unfortunately. And it's not going to do me much good in the face of this fucking Goliath. Go ahead.
All right, draw for turn. Guess the plan here is to normal summon ourselves a double lance.
Sure.
We'll go into battle. I'll swing in with Warhammer.
It is Butlerusk, so I will just add it to my hand.
I have been outplayed. I'll attack it with.
I don't know if you've been outplayed, but I mean.
And I will pass the turn.
Okay. I'll draw. That is like literally the worst card in my deck right now. So this is awkward. I can normal the Butlerusk to ensure that I kill the double lance, presumably. You do have a back row. But then I also just eat it on the crackback with the Warhammer. So that's frustrating. But is that just better than you getting more guys on the field is the question. I'm going to go with yes, so I'll just try it. Going in.
Do I win next turn if I do this?
You sounded way too quiet over there, so I just knew as soon as I attacked that this was not the right move.
Do I just win next turn? I think I do.
So much for this being the Aster Phoenix. Go ahead, do it.
Spellbook of Wisdom, targeting your Badolce.
Oh, to make it unaffected! Oh my god. Wisdom? Are you What the fuck is this episode? Holy shit. Alright, sure. So I take 2?
Yep.
And am I dead here? Probably, because what is this? 36 plus 17, 46, 53. So you need 8. Show me an 800 attack point monster.
Oh, I'll show you more than an 800 attack point monster, Alex. I will show you Madolce Butlerusk, and I'll activate Spellbook of Power.
Unbelievable. What the fuck was this episode? On the Warhammer. That's crazy.
It's an out to the Madolches. If it runs over a Madolche, the Madolche triggers as Chain Link 1 and it triggers as Chain Link 2, so you steal it before it goes back to hand.
I guess that's... Is that... Oh, because it's the Madolche's mandatory, right?
Yep, exactly.
So it's interesting because I thought about that, but then I thought it wasn't going to work. I thought the Chain Links were in reverse, but because it's mandatory, it works. You're right. Okay. Because I was thinking because you're turn player.
Deck build. Yeah.
Okay. No, that felt fair play. Fair play. So the funny thing is, I could have... Well, you had Wisdom, so this wouldn't have worked. If I had one more Spellbook of Power, I had a way to out the Warhammer.
Oh, that's true, you did.
I just needed one more power, but unfortunately I used it on the other prophecy, so it just didn't work. But fair play, buddy. Okay, this didn't turn out to be Aster. This turned out to be a hilarious episode. I mean,
as they say, turnabout is fair play.
Yeah, I fucking lost a turnabout of all things. I can't believe you actually played this. That's incredible.
So I put it in the side deck because I'm like, this card is really bad if only I'm on Strength of Prophecy. But the second I saw that you were also on Strength of Prophecy, I was like, oh, I just get Book of Eclipse now.
You know what's funny? I think I read this card at first and I immediately discounted it, and then I built my deck and realized that I was playing what I was playing. And if I had read Turnabout again after building building, I would have thought that you might do the same thing. And so then I didn't even have this anywhere in my deck because I thought that this was never going to come up. But no, clearly I was wrong just because of this interaction here. So yeah, maybe it could have made a difference. Maybe not. Doesn't matter. I had this Retribution sword in case I drew any of the heroics, but unfortunately I didn't. Shocker.
Pretty solid one.
I had Soul Drain for any other Medolce shenanigans as like another out to the chateau stuff, but like it also like good. It counteracts. It's double-sided because it also works against me too, right? So it's not like that great. But yeah, I mean, it seems like a lot of the stuff. I didn't go with the Gallatin, so it's interesting because I had Chevaliers and I also had some of the heroics too, but I just didn't really. I don't know. I just liked the spellbook stuff better, but like maybe because Gallatin's an equip, it's just infinitely better.
I liked it because my pool of spellcasters was a little bit, actually, that's a lie. I'm about to show you why it is a lie that my pool of spellcasters is probably worse than yours, because I pulled a nice little duo of monsters. I pulled Magellan and another Magellan. Fucking believable. Which is kind of the god combo in this set.
Yeah, because it's infinite. It's just infinite.
Yeah. The other thing that I noticed was if I got Gallatin plus Excalibur, heroic chance is just the end of the game.
That's just the end of the game. Yeah.
You can control whatever the hell you want, but what will you do against a 10,000 attack point Excalibur?
Yeah, if it's an attack, presumably. But yeah. That's terrifying. That is actually terrifying. Yeah, it was weird. Like, I was going back and forth. So I had all the heroic stuff in the sideboard, and I had all the prophecy stuff in the main board. I just like power better, because power synergized with, like, Butler Rusk, and I figured with the Medolce stuff, that was, like, kind of what we were trying to do anyway. Where, like, the heroic stuff kind of just, it's good, but it like sort of just like stood alone by itself. And in all fairness, I didn't get Excalibur. So like that was like the immediate reason I kind of wrote them off. I'm like, okay, like they're dudes, they're fine, but like I don't get to take advantage of any like the real synergy of like playing a rank 4. Cause like, yeah, I could play fucking Fairy King Alverditch or whatever his name is, but this card isn't even that good anyway. So yeah, I mean, I think overall, our decks, we had a lot of similar cards here, but you had, boy, I mean, double Magellan. That's fucking crazy. What else did you
double
get?
Magellan is insane. I pulled 1 Chevalier.
Okay, I got 2.
I got, I don't know, what did I get? Ooh, I got some real spicy stuff. How about the number 6 Chronomaly Atlantis?
Oh, nice. I got the Chronomaly Machu Mech.
Oh, I got the other Chronomaly.
That's hilarious. Chrononaut's actually kind of nuts, to be fair.
I honestly kind of wish that I got Machu Mech because then I had a use for Atlantis. But sure. Chrononaut's honestly probably better than both of those.
I pulled triple Crystal Skull and triple Crystal Bones because I didn't get Chrononaut. There was like no point to play them, unfortunately.
Yeah, I considered it, but I only pulled 2 Crystal Skull and no Bones. Yeah, it was a strange set of pulls, but it turns out that the ultra rare in the extra deck was the one that I needed.
Yeah, you're over here getting Magellans. I'm over here getting 2 Hierophant of Prophecy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. And then I had Soul of Silver Mountain and then 2 more of this guy, which we were like...
Soul of Silver Mountain's kind of sick.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty easy to make, too, just because, like, Bapples and Earth level 3. So that was actually the most useful card I felt like I pulled, but... it was still pretty unlikely I was going to go into it, just given the circumstances. I don't think I pulled anything else. Like, I pulled the Secrets. You saw that. But, like, that's basically just a 4th copy of Power for all intents and purposes. I pulled the Void Trap pull, which is kind of sick, I guess. So I brought this in out of the sideboard. Because I'm like, we're not really special summoning. But then as soon as I saw that you had the Excalibur, I'm like, all right, this is going in.
It is suddenly a mandatory card.
Yeah. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout out to patrons for all of their continued support. So shout out to Shadow1317, Tim00x3, Moto, MBT Play Medolce, Cameron Smith, Pony Stark, Par 2, The Sinker Guy, Dan Manhoben, Phoenix the Immortal, Dixon Yamada, Draconic Jordan Coons, Iron Bladesman Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, Valen Jackson, Little Fadeleaf, Dylan Hunter, Cody Brett's Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Hornet, and Unitaisho. Thanks for the sleeves, Dad. Max, Matthew Brady, Twinkle Muncher, Dalton, Luabon, Yodabon. I've tried reading cards before. It was horrible. Horrible, and my guinea pigs had to give me therapy. Helios515, Simo's Chaos Cooking Draft, Cheeks McLafferty, Stolfin Amethyst, Nim Noodle, Malabranch of the Burning Tunnels, Wonder Waffle, MBK cancelled by all community soon, cancelled by all committee soon, cancelled by all players soon, Sakura-san, Shrugzix, the Crystal Beast Enthusiast, ITF, Corbane, and True Dragon Gaming. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.